Hey, what's up, guys? It's Sports Blitz here, and we're back with our NFL Week 15 game predictions. Before I get into it, make sure to smash that like button and subscribe. Yeah, I'm not going to take a whole lot of time on these. I'm going to make these relatively quick. Just going to go in order from, left to right. So, first game, we got the Dolphins at the Texans. Both of these teams have kind of played not as well as we expected to this year. I think both teams have been struggling. I would say Dolphins more so. I think the Texans are fine. Really, their main issue is Stroud seems to be struggling a little bit, having a little bit of a sophomore slump, and that's fine. He'll be fine long term. But I think the Dolphins' struggles overall have been more concerning. I do like the Texans in this matchup. I think they'll be able to run the ball pretty well. I think Stroud will be able to connect with Nico Collins quite a bit, and I think it's going to be a good matchup. But I'm taking the Texans here. Then we have the Bengals at the Titans. I'm taking the Bengals. I just don't have any confidence in the Titans right now. They lost to the Mac Jones Jaguars this last week, and I mean, just with how bad they've been this year, I just don't have the confidence in them. I really don't. Bengals have been disappointing too. I think that's an understatement. I think there's been a lot of bad play calling, a lot of bad defense being played, but overall, the Bengals are the better team here. I'm taking them over the Titans. Then we have another matchup between two bad teams. We have the Jets and the Jags. I think I'm going to go ahead and take the Jets here, whether Brees Hall plays or not. I think the Jets have better weapons right now. Even with Aaron Rodgers struggling this year, I think he's still better than Mac Jones. I just don't really love where the Jags are right now. Honestly, too, if they keep winning, it's going to take them out of a bad or it's gonna take them out of a good draft pick. But really, I think the Jets are the better team here. While that's something I don't say a lot, but yeah, taking the Jets here over the Jags. Then we have the Chiefs over the Browns. Now, I think this is actually going to be closer than people think. I think the Chiefs are really not as good as their record shows. They've had a lot of really close games. And I mean, like, barely sneaking by type of games. And I think you look at the Browns and it's like, really, like, every game that Jameis Winston has played, he's given the offense a chance. I know he struggled against the Chargers, and really he wasn't, like, great against the Steelers. But he gave them a real shot against the Broncos. Unfortunately, his issues also interceptions, so there's that. Ultimately, I am taking the Chiefs here. I'm not gonna not gonna be stupid and play any games here. Taking the Chiefs, but hey, Jameis Winston can make this an exciting game. So then we have the Colts taking on the Broncos. Anthony Richardson seems to be playing a little bit better since the benching. Seems like when you give quarterbacks a little bit of time to, sit back and watch the veteran, they tend to come back and do better. Almost as if young quarterbacks need a little bit of time to develop. But I do still think maybe it was a little early to bring Richardson back. I think if you were to sit him out the rest of this year and let him, watch over the offseason and everything and just learn, he could come back next year a lot better than, otherwise here. but it's also not the worst thing to get him reps as long as you're not like throwing interceptions every play or getting sacked or hit every play because those are the type of things that ruin a young quarterback's career early on. Happened with Sam Darnold, happened with Zach Wilson. Really, it's happened to a lot of young quarterbacks. It ruins their career early on. Anyways, I'm going down a long road here. I'm gonna stop. I think the Broncos are the better team here. Bo Nix has honestly been playing out of his mind lately. I think right now, I think he's overtaken Jaden Daniels for Offensive Rookie of the Year. You guys can argue with me, but right now I think it's Bo Nix. So I'm taking the Broncos here. Um, Next game, Ravens at Giants. Do I even need to say anything? It's Tommy DeVito and the Giants. So yeah. Then we got the Bucks at the Chargers. Um, I think the Chargers are a good team. They've been playing really well lately. I really like that defense. Um, Very, very strong, very talented defense. Um, I will say it's a little concerning. Justin Herbert's injuries. Um, I saw a notification earlier today that they were seeing if he was going to practice or not, and I didn't see anything further, so I don't know if he did. So if this ends up being a game that Herbert doesn't play, I would immediately switch it to Bucks. And I am going to be paying attention to that one, so like if I get a notification that Herbert is inactive, I'm going to hurry up and go on my ESPN Pick'em app or whatever and switch it to the Bucks because I think Herbert's the difference here. Um, I do expect a good game, but ultimately I think the Chargers take it. Then we have the Patriots at Cardinals. I'm going the Cardinals here. Patriots are just really not a good team, to be honest. I think I do think they've grown a little bit with Drake May. Um, I think Drake May is gonna turn into a solid quarterback. I really do. Um, I like him, rooting for the kid. Um, as a Panthers fan and someone who loves going to Charlotte, North Carolina, him being from UNC, like gotta root for him. But I mean, the Patriots just aren't good right now. Cardinals have been pretty feisty lately, so I'm gonna go Cardinals. Then we have what I would say is the game of the week in the Bills at the Lions. Um, this is gonna be a fun game. I, ooh, I'm excited for this one. I don't know if this is. Doesn't even look like this is a Sunday night game or anything, is it? I could be wrong. It doesn't really say if it's Sunday night or what, but it does say it's Sunday. Oh, okay. So it's a 2:25 o'clock game, my time. Honestly, they should flex that to prime time. That's going to be a good game. Um, I think overall, I'm going to take the Lions here, but I would not be surprised if the Bills take it. This is one of those games, honestly, that if it was in Buffalo, I would definitely take the Bills here. Um, I really like this matchup. I'm excited to watch that one. So definitely going to keep an eye out for that. Then we have the Steelers at Eagles. Um, Steelers have been a team that I thought were going to be kind of middle of the road this year. Didn't think they were going to be performing quite this well. Russell Wilson's playing really well. That defense is looking really, really good. They're playing the Eagles though. They're on a nine game win streak. They almost lost the Panthers though. That was a really close game. Um, that was a really exciting end. I'm gonna take the Eagles here. Though I will say, if the Steelers can honestly stop the run, they've got a shot here. So, again, taking the Eagles. Wouldn't be surprised if the Steelers give them a run for their money. So then you got on Monday Night Football, you got the Atlanta Falcons taking on the Las Vegas Raiders. I'm taking Falcons here. They've been on kind of a losing streak lately. Kirk Cousins has been not good at all lately. I think the last 4 games he's thrown 0 touchdown. Excuse me. 0 touchdowns to 8 interceptions. Yeah, that's not good. But I do still expect the Raiders to get the Falcons to get the win here over the Raiders. Going over to the NFC matchups, got the LA Rams taking on the San Francisco 49ers. Rams have been playing really well lately. Niners have not. I know the Niners kind of destroyed the Bears, but that's kind of one of those things that really the last like month and a half, 2 months, every team has kind of been crapping on the Bears. Overall, I just like the Rams more in this matchup. I think they've been playing a lot better lately, and I haven't really seen anything that's given me the reason to say the Niners are going to win it, you know. So then we got Washington Commanders at the New Orleans Saints. I'm going to go with the Commanders here. Overall, I think they're the better team. I think if the Saints could get running the ball well early on and then play decent defense, they could have a shot here. But I don't think it's going to be sustainable. I think the Commanders are just the better team overall. So I am taking Washington over the Saints here. Then we have the Dallas Cowboys taking on the Carolina Panthers. Both teams lately have been playing some better football than than previous weeks. Bryce Young looks way better, since being benched. I think everybody can agree on that. He's really had the Panthers in really close fights with the Chiefs, then the Bucks, and then the Eagles. I mean, he's been playing great football lately. I think that continues. I think they run the ball well against the Cowboys, and I think that the Panthers get the win. Then the Packers take on the Seahawks. I'm going to go with the Packers here. It kind of seems like they've kind of started to come to life a little bit, which is kind of the same thing that Jordan Love did last year. Started off really not that great. Then the second half of the season started lighting it up. And I think he does that, this Sunday against Seattle. Seattle's got a solid defense. I think it'll be a fun matchup, but overall, I think that Packers offense is going to be a little bit too much. I think that's going to be another fun matchup, though. And then we have another Monday night game between the Chicago Bears and the Minnesota Vikings. This one is in Minnesota, so I don't expect it to be quite as close as their first matchup. I'm taking the Vikings here. It's kind of one of those things that's like they played in Chicago early on, or not early on in the season, but like earlier than this one, and lost. So if they're going to, Minnesota now, what reason would I have to say the Bears are going to win, I think that makes sense. But yeah, here are my predictions for Week 15. Again, make sure to smash that like button and subscribe. Let me know what you think of these predictions in the comment section below. Let me know what you agree with, disagree with, all of the above, and I will see you next time. Later.